Hello everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to the channel. So I'm here today with, of all things, a DVD haul. So I know I normally talk Blu-ray and 4K. It's been a crazy year for 4K for me. But today I want to talk about some DVDs that I picked up recently. And I know what you're thinking. Brandon, you've said in the past you need to not be picking up DVDs anymore because the majority of them end up in binders. And while that's true, some of them do, some of them don't. In the stack that I'm going to show you today, most of these will go into my DVD shelves. They will not end up in binders because they are so just different or unique. The covers are cool enough that I want to keep them out of the binder. Whatever the case may be, a lot of these are going to go right into my shelves. So the way I got these was through disc replay. So at this point, they are trying to basically get rid of their DVDs as much as they can. They pay like 5 to 10 cents each for them when you trade them in, and then they sell them for $3.33 each, and it's buy 3 get 3 free. And a lot of the times you can find even better deals than that. Just depends on the week. So that means that I paid like, I don't know what the math is, somewhere around $1 to $1.25 for all of these. One of these I think was actually in the clearance bin, so that was even cheaper than that. And then I do have a couple TV seasons that I was just so thrilled to find that I'm going to talk about at the end, which those I think were $5 each. But point being, these were very cheap. So yes, I don't need to be collecting DVDs. You are right. But when I can find them this cheap and they're this interesting, this unique, at least in my opinion, then I think they're worth picking up. So I just wanted to share with you guys all of the DVDs that I picked up recently for this really cheap price. So let's not waste any more time at all. Let's dive right in. I'll admit right from the top here, there are some of these that I don't know a whole heck of a lot about. Because they're so cheap, I don't have to. I just look at the cover and think, wow, that looks great. Speaking of awesome covers, we have this one here. So this is Richard Lewis, Bundle of Nerves. So Richard Lewis, of course, is a comedian. I'm sure you probably know him better than I do, but I recognize him when I see him in the pictures on the back of the box here. But this is cool because this is actually a 2-disc set, and it has 4... Now, I don't know if these are movies or stand-ups, or I don't know what they are exactly. I think a couple of them are movies and maybe a couple of them are stand-ups, but I might be wrong. But this is what the cover looks like without that slipcase. And this was actually in the clearance rack, so this was super cheap, and I had to pick it up. It does come on 2 different DVDs, so each disc contains 2 of the features listed here. So you can see there is Diary of a Young Comic from 1979, Magical Mystery Tour from 1997, and then Drunks, which is 1995, and then House of a Lifetime, which does not give a date, so I'm not sure what that is. But yeah, this sounds really interesting. I was reading reviews on it on Amazon before I picked it up, and they were really strong. People love Richard Lewis. So though I've never really seen any of his stand-up or anything, I remember laughing when I've seen him in the past. So, and frankly, it takes very little for me to laugh. So I'm sure I'm going to enjoy this. And that slipcover was worth the price of admission alone, because that's pretty awesome. So the first one I grabbed was Richard Lewis, Bundle of Nerves. I recently asked if there was any interest in me doing an April in the Asylum video series for April this year to talk about films from the Asylum, which are known for their mockbusters. And there was multiple people replied and said, yes, that would be cool. So that's what I'm hoping to do for April. So in the meantime, I need to add more films from the Asylum to my collection. I do have a good number of them at this point, but the more the merrier, right? So as I was going through the DVDs, I came across Attila. And this stars the UFC fighter. I'm not sure how to say that. Maybe Chick Congo? I don't know that UFC fighter, but they are in Attila, so that's always fun. And look at the back. I mean, typical Asylum packaging, which I love so much, and you can see the Asylum logo there. This looks fantastic. The best part of these are these pull quotes that aren't actually pull quotes. They're not a quote at all. They are simply like the director or whatever marketing put it on here, but this says, in the tradition of Aliens and District 9. Okay, sounds good to me. I love both those movies. So hopefully this will be one that I talk about come April when we do spend April in the Asylum. But very happy to find anything from Asylum, and this one looks really cool. One of my favorite channels that I often refer to here is Serial at Midnight, and they have a Serials at Midnight section or video series that they started recently where they talk about old serials. So I came across this guy and had to add it to the collection. Now I think this actually contains 2 different serials, and you can see this is a Mill Creek release. So we have Batman, the complete 1943 serials, and then Batman and Robin, the complete 1949 serials. I actually own one of these already. I don't remember which one, but it was another one that I found super cheap from Disc Replay, I don't know, a year or two ago. So I do have one of these already, but that's okay. Again, these are so cheap, I don't mind double dipping. So Batman, Gotham City serials, again, Batman 1943, and then Batman and Robin 1949. So very cool. Have not spent any time with serials at all in my life, so I figured I would give these a shot. Why not? This next one was from 2014, and I remember this, but I don't know anything about it. This is called Whir, and it's from the director of The Devil Inside, which I have not actually seen, and I know has not gotten good reviews, but I'm a big found footage fan, so I definitely plan to check it out at some point. But, more importantly, AJ Cook is the lead in this one, and I love AJ Cook. She is my favorite character from Criminal Minds. Absolutely love her, so I'm super excited to pick this one up. This looks like it is a creature feature of sorts, so I'm really intrigued on what this holds. I did find out afterwards that there is a Blu-ray of this, but I think it's a different region. I want to say it's like a UK Blu-ray or something like that. I don't believe there was a US Blu-ray for this, so I grabbed it on DVD, and you know, hey, if I find the Blu-ray down the line, that's fine, because I paid so little for this. So very excited to check out Whir from 2014. Someone that I know virtually nothing about who is hugely popular is Elvis Presley. So I decided, you know what, if you can find some of his movies, check them out. Obviously I need to listen to his music too, but the movie's end of it is what interests me the most at this point, so I really want to find some. And I was able to find Viva Las Vegas, which is, you know, one of his more popular ones as far as I know. So this one looks like a lot of fun. Again, I don't know anything about the film itself other than it stars Elvis, and that's good enough for me. So this one should be pretty cool. And I am on the hunt for some of his other ones as well. I know, again, referencing Serial at Midnight, he is a humongous Elvis fan, and he talks about some of his favorites over, you know, different videos and whatnot. But yeah, I definitely others I want to track down from Elvis. If you have any recommendations specifically of Elvis movies that are worth my time, please let me know down in the comments below so I can add them to my list, because there's so many, and I just need a good baseline on what to look for to start. So let me know if you have any suggestions. I love when I can find multi-movie collections from Disc Replay because they're the same price. And this one is a Denzel Washington collection. This is actually Volume 2. I don't know what's in Volume 1, but Volume 2 has Training Day, Pelican Brief, Book of Eli, Malcolm X, and Fallen. So Book of Eli I own on Blu-ray, Training Day I own on Blu-ray, but the other three I don't own, period. So this is really cool because 5 movies from Denzel, who is one of the best out there. So very excited to check out the ones that I've not seen here. I have seen Training Day. Honestly, not a favorite, which I know is probably going to get me some slack, but, you know, it is what it is. I didn't love it. I do want to try it again, though. I will admit I probably wasn't in the right headspace. I was much younger when I saw it, so I just probably didn't appreciate it for what it is. But, yeah, definitely want to check out Malcolm X, Pelican Brief, Fallen, and Book of Eli I will watch, but, of course, I would watch the Blu-ray of that, which I believe I own, anyway. Nope, I'm lying. I don't own that on Blu-ray. I don't know why I thought I did, but, so, hey, now I have the DVD, so that's cool. Denzel Washington, 5-film collection, Volume 2. Training Day, Pelican Brief, Book of Eli, Malcolm X, and Fallen. So here's one that I thought was pretty unique. I'd never seen it in stores before. I'd never even looked for it online, really. I do think there might be a Blu-ray for this because I feel like I saw it in somebody's haul video relatively recently, even though they may have picked it up a while back. But we have from 2004, Evel Knievel. And Jamie Presley is in this. You can see here there, Lance Erickson is in this. So this sounds really interesting. And it's actually directed by John Badham from Saturday Night Live. So this just sounds so weird and so interesting. I remember I did like a book report on Evel Knievel in like freshman year of high school. So like I just have that connection to Evel Knievel, and I'm very intrigued to learn more. So this looks like a fun little biopic. So very intrigued to check out Evel Knievel from 2004. This next one was one that I saw in theaters and was just so excited to watch it, and then I remember being so let down by it. I was just so disappointed. But over the past like year or two, I've been thinking about this every once in a while and thinking to myself, you know, I want to give that movie another shot. What was it that I didn't like? I don't know at this point. It came out 16 years ago in 2004, so I don't remember exactly what it was that I didn't like about it, but I mean, it has a great cast. I'm talking about Cold Creek Manor from 2004, but Sharon Stone, Dennis Quaid is in this, Stephen Dorff. Like, it has an excellent cast. So I don't remember exactly what it was about it that I didn't like, but I think it was potentially just my expectations. Like, I thought I was going into a horror film, and this is not a horror film. This is definitely a thriller, more like a family drama thriller thing, from what I recall anyway. So now that I have maybe tempered expectations, maybe I'll get a little bit more out of it on my second time through. But I figured this was the best way to do it because I don't want to own it on Blu-ray necessarily. I don't even know if it's on Blu-ray, frankly, but I just want to see it again. So I figured I can do this very cheap by picking it up on DVD. So that's what I did. So Cold Creek Manor from 2004. I'll give it another shot. Maybe it's better than I remember. I am such a sucker for having like complete series of things. And so whenever I'm going through these DVDs, there's just so many to go through. But if there's like one item here that catches my eye, and then later I see another part of that series, I'm like, oh, maybe there's more. And so that's what happened here. Like, I know nothing of this series, but I wanted to grab these because there was 3 of them. I think there's like 7 of them now. There's so many now, but these are the original trilogy. So we have the double feature of Sniper and Sniper 2, and then Sniper 3. So these all star Tom Berenger. The 4th one actually came out, I want to say like 10 years later or 5 years later or something. It came out much after the fact, but it does still star Tom Berenger. I think he might be in 1 or 2 more after these 3, and then the series kind of just does its own thing. But I'm very interested to check these out because, like, I don't know, sniping in video games was always fun to me, so I figured, hey, maybe these will be interesting, and it's Tom Berenger, so there's that, if nothing else. So I am interested in these. Let me know down in the comments below, are these actually worth my time, or did I just waste, like, what, $3 on these, you know? I don't know. Maybe they'll be fun, maybe they won't, but they were so cheap, and a double feature for the price of one. That's pretty good in my book, so let me know how these ones are if you guys have seen them. So if you guys keep up with my videos, I did just post a Christmas haul video, and in there I showed that I found the novelization for this movie, and I needed to find the movie itself. I did, found it on DVD for very cheap. This is The Avengers, and so you might have never heard of this, because I know I hadn't until, you know, relatively recently, but this is actually the 1998 edition, I believe, of The Avengers. It is not the Marvel Cinematic Universe, of course, and you can see Ralph Fiennes, Uma Thurman, and Sean Connery are in this, which is just fantastic. So this is actually like a reboot or a reimagining of a cult British TV show from the 1960s. So yeah, I know nothing of the TV show, but I picked up the novelization recently, so I had to grab the movie so I could watch it. So like, the cast is incredible. Maybe this will be interesting. I don't know. It looks kind of cool. So we'll check out The Avengers from 1998, and then hopefully I will read the novelization that I picked up recently. This is one of those that I was probably the most excited to find in this entire haul because I'd been looking for it. So a few months ago, I watched this movie from, I believe it's from Movie Chatter, who is an excellent YouTuber that you should definitely follow if you don't. But she listed like 10 movies that need Blu-ray releases still. And this was one of them that was on there. So I'd been looking for it ever since because it sounded amazing. So I was actually searching through like the T's and came across Clay Pigeon. So I was in the wrong spot, but I got lucky. So like I said, Clay Pigeons from 1998 stars Joaquin Phoenix, Janine Garofalo, and Vince Vaughn. And apparently Vince Vaughn plays this like super creepy, he's like the bad guy of the movie, I guess. So it is a thriller that I am just so excited to check out. Like, one of the poll quotes back here is like, it's talking about it's this year's Fargo, which is just fantastic. So I cannot wait to watch this one. This is definitely at the top of my list from this pile because I really want to see if it is as good as it sounds. So very intrigued to check out Clay Pigeons. And this is one of those that you cannot find on Blu-ray. So one of the reasons you shouldn't just poo-poo away all DVDs, because some of them, it's the best way you can watch a movie, like with Clay Pigeons from 1998. This one is really cool because I knew nothing about it. I'd never even heard of it when I picked it up, and I still haven't done any research on it at all, but it looks like a 1970s blaxploitation film. That's cool. This is called Cleopatra Jones, and it has a fantastic cover in a snap case, which I love. Take a look at the inside here. Like, this just looks amazing and right up my alley. So the line in the back there is, Cleo teaches drug traffickers the meaning of saying no. This looks amazing. This was released in 1973, and like I said, like, this has to be a blaxploitation film. It stars Tamara Dobson, who I believe is Cleopatra Jones, and then it also has Shelley Winters in it, which, okay, like, this looks awesome. So I'm so glad I picked it up. This is all I saw, and I was like, you know what is that? And I'm so glad I picked it up because this is what was held in store for me, and I cannot wait to check out Cleopatra Jones from 1973. those were all of the movies I found, but I did grab a couple TV series, and I am so thrilled to talk about these. So I actually picked up the entire Columbo series, and I got that from my mom for Christmas because she's a big Columbo fan. So they had the entire series there, all like 7 seasons of it. And so I was looking through the TV series that day and came across a couple others that I had to grab for myself. So first up, if you guys have been following since the beginning of the year, you know my love for Murder, She Wrote. So I've talked about Murder, She Wrote a handful of times on this channel just because I had some of the cozy mysteries that were based on the series, but now I have the complete first season of Murder, She Wrote. So eventually I would love to have the entire series. You can buy the whole thing, but it's like $90, $100 on Amazon. So I figure if I can kind of like nickel and dime it through the series, I will do that. There's a few other disc replays that are near me, so I can check those out, see what I find, and then hopefully grab the rest online if I can't find anything. Or, worst case, I can't find any more and I just eventually buy the full series, then I can just sell this one or give it away or whatever the case is. But yeah, Murder, She Wrote, the complete first series, like, I love this so much. I cannot wait to watch these again. I've never seen like the series from start to finish, of course. I've only watched episodes on TV, but yeah, this looks awesome. Like, the packaging is just so great. So yeah, very excited that I was able to find Murder, She Wrote, the complete first season, for only $5 on DVD. And then last but not least, this one, like with Clay Pigeons, is probably the other one that I was just so most excited about to find. The packaging on this is a little beat up, and because of the sticker I took off of it, it got even worse, but it just wasn't in the best shape. But for $5, I'm not passing this up because I have been wanting this for a long time. This is the complete first season of Joey. So you probably know what this is, but if not, this is actually the spin-off that Joey, the character Joey, started at the end of Friends. He was the only one that did a spin-off show, Matt LeBlanc. And so I watched like the first episode of this, and I thought it was funny, but then I never watched it. And then, of course, it only lasted like 2 seasons before it got canceled because nobody liked it. But that's okay. I want to see it. So Joey moves from New York out to LA, I assume to follow his acting career. I don't remember exactly. But yeah, so we get a new set of characters. Like, none of the original cast is in this, I don't believe, of the original cast of Friends. But yeah, I was just so excited to find this because it's relatively difficult to find. At least I've never seen it in my, like, in the physical form in my area, and it's really expensive online from what I remember when I looked it up a couple months back. So super excited to find Joey, the complete first season. Now I just need season 2, which I will hopefully find at some point in my life because I want to watch through this because I love Friends. It's one of my favorite TV shows of all time. Joey's one of my favorite characters. Like, I know it's probably not good, but that's okay. It's still part of the Friends universe, so I have to check it out. So happy to find Joey, the complete first season, on DVD. All right, so there they are, all of the DVDs that I have found recently for super cheap from Disc Replay. So let me know what you guys think. Is there anything here that I should have just held off on and grabbed on Blu-ray rather than spending the, $1.25 I did on DVD? I'd love to hear your opinions down below. But looking through this list, I don't know that I would have spent more than $1 or $1.50 on any of these, excluding the TV series, of course, on Blu-ray. So I think DVD is probably the best way for me to consume these at this point. So very excited about this find. Like, I love going to Disc Replay, and I love just scouring their shelves because there's so much stuff there to look through. So I love it. Let me know down in the comments below, what should I prioritize? What's not worth my time? Do you have any recommendations for me that I might be able to find on DVD? Let me know down in the comments below. I love having more of a conversation with you guys down there. As always, if you guys did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing to Cinefessions here on YouTube. And if not, well, thank you anyway for watching this video. I really do appreciate that. So this will end up being the final haul video of 2020. So I just want to take another minute and say thank you guys so much for making 2020 such a remarkable year for Cinefessions. The growth that you guys have allowed me since January 1st of 2020, when I really started this channel back up again, has just been remarkable. I never would have expected to be where I am today, which is creeping up on 600 subscribers. So thank you so much. I would love to, hit that 1,000 mark by the end of next year. So that's my goal, but kind of behind the scenes. And you guys can help me get there if you tell others about the channel, if you share it on social media, any videos you like, I would really appreciate that. But if not, just thank you for watching. Thank you for hitting that thumbs up button. It just really helps build viewership. So thank you guys so much for that. And finally, I just want to wish all of you a very happy new year. And whether 2020 was your worst year ever or your best year yet, I hope that 2021 surpasses it in every possible way. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you next time.